Hey, Mike Healy here, and I have a quick question for you specifically. If you're listening to this on my podcast, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, or wherever else I put this, would you be interested in me documenting the launch of a company? What I mean by that is I'm considering going into something that I just found out about recently. Obviously, I get pitched every day, all day, it seems, on different things, and I'm open to everything. I mean, I've always been kind of open-minded when it comes to that, but a lot of people always wonder how I do what I do, like how I recruit so many people so fast and things like that, and I thought maybe if people were interested, otherwise I'm not going to do it, if you would be interested in me kind of doing almost like a documentary or like a, kind of a podcast or whatever it is, or a reality type show on how I do what I do. Because the last 4 companies that I aggressively went after, I was typically close to being the top recruiter in the company, if not always the top recruiter, always made good money, and most importantly, I had a lot of people that did the same, made money, and most of everybody that jumped on board with me had a good experience, and they learned some stuff first and foremost, and they really went after it, and I got to show them some different things. So all that being said, I'm just kind of there's a project that's going to be in kind of, I would say, the affiliate referral space. It's not a networking company specifically, but you kind of get the model of it. And what I want to do is I'm kind of looking for people that want to see how I do it. Okay, so like I said, the last company I did something similar to that, and it seemed like it got some pretty good reviews and some traction. But I'd be curious if you want to leave me comments, if you want to ask me questions, or if you've got something. Hey, Mike, I've been wondering how you did this. Put it in the comments. Send me a text. I don't care how you contact me. It doesn't matter. My information's out there. It's not like I hide anything, and I would love to do it. Because here's the thing, I want to kind of go back in time here, is when I first started, as an entrepreneur, I never joined network marketing to be a network marketer. Okay, I've kind of gotten labeled as that, and that's quite all right. I mean, I don't mind it. A lot of people know me from that, but because of just wanting to be an entrepreneur, network marketing just happened to be a great viable vehicle for somebody like myself with no education, no business background, pretty rough around the edges to say the least, that kind of thing. And it was something that I could gravitate towards. The next best thing that was the vehicle, but the most important thing that happened to me was all of the people I met, the relationships I was able to build, the skills I was able to learn, and and the freedom that it created. Because I never joined networking or anything I've ever really launched to be labeled as that. I've always done it for freedom. I grew up in a small town. Most of my friends, their parents, they were planning on working in the same factories their parents were going to work in. They were going to do the same jobs. And as soon as I graduated, I was on that path. I got my first job outside of working at a local mom and pop restaurant as the deep fryer guy. My first job was at a stone quarry, where you basically, it was it was in the summertime, and it was like there was a wall thermometer, temperature gauge right there by where I worked, where my position was to break sandstone blocks with hydraulic spikes, and then I had to pick them up and load them into crates, and it would show 110 to 115 degrees from like 7 a.m. until whatever in there. No ventilation. It was just this huge warehouse, and it was freaking brutal. It was prison without being sentenced there. I was trying to go there, and there were people there that worked there for years, and the whole time I'm thinking to myself, I can't do this. There has got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. And next thing I knew, I ended up getting out of there. But I'm saying, the reason I bring that up is I just wanted to do something that I enjoyed, I had fun at, I was comfortable at, and most importantly, was going to generate enough money that I could have freedom. Okay, freedom to me is the number one thing. Anybody is, hey, what's your goals? It's to be free. That's it. I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to call my own shots. I want to wake up when I'm done sleeping, not when an alarm clock says I have to do it, that kind of thing. That's just me. Okay. I don't necessarily need the fancy cars, the big houses and so on, even though I'm good with all that stuff and I don't mind it. And and I'm doing pretty good. But what happened, and let me get back to, the point of that is I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for people that I was able to glean information off of and that were willing to help and people that I could learn from. So what I'm doing is I'm offering that. Like it's one thing that I really, really enjoy doing is giving back to people. Okay. A lot of people think I'm so busy that I can't, give them any time of day, which is not true. I look busy because I've automated everything and I appear to be everywhere half the time. But today I woke up, had coffee, read a book, watch some stuff on YouTube. I'm probably going to go for a walk. I'll probably work out later, that kind of thing. And I'm going to call my own shots all day and it's going to be awesome. But I've got things automated that are going to spin off cash to create that opportunity. Okay. And so, but back to the whole networking, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place on this, but it's just whatever pops in my head. I kind of talk about it is back to, the things that I do is I've learned how to pretty much how to pick opportunities. A lot of times I pick the timing of companies. I use software to do these types of things. And then I figure out systems that implement those things because I figured out that it's, no longer a Blockbuster world. It's a Netflix world, which means old school principles, theories, concepts, trainings, all will always work and so on. But the new school technologies allows you to deliver that message and get that stuff out there 1,000 times faster. Most people don't know how to do it. I just realized that the internet wasn't going away and I needed to figure it out. So all that being said, I just kind of wanted to ramble this out there that I was just curious if you'd be interested in me documenting some stuff like this, saying, what do I look at? Like, so if an opportunity comes across my plate, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I think of, how that I break that down. And if I say yes to something, what's my next steps? How do I organize myself? How do I get it rolling? What's the next step? That kind of thing. And I can show you. I like to design the goals I have, the strategies I'm going to do, the marketing I'm going to do, the business type stuff I'm going to do. And I do it pretty fast, right? I speed up the process. Now, the best part is I've repeatedly done this over the last 8 years and probably 4 or 5 companies. So I literally have a model that I can go boom, 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 and I pretty much get the same results. So it's always quick, always on the top, really rapid results, that kind of thing. So if you're interested, shoot me a comment, a text, an email, I don't care. You can always find me at Mike at MikeHealyTraining.com is my email. You can always go to my website, MikeHealyTraining.com. You can search my name. You can go to my YouTube channel, make comment on this video below or whatever. But I'd be interested in definitely documenting this next phase that I'm going to do because I think it's going to be something fun. It's not competing with anything else out there, which is nice. It's kind of a unique space. It is, I believe, the next wave of where a lot of things are going. And the reason I say it's the next wave is I've been in some spaces early on or even late adoption to where if you capitalize on something, you make a lot more money because you hit the timing window, that kind of thing. It's not crypto, it's not NFTs or anything like that. It's something completely different, but it's starting to trend up. Oh, by the way, I use Google Trends. If you've never used that, it's fascinating. I go into Google Trends and look at markets, as you can type in like keywords, you can type in phrases, you can type in people, and you can see the kind of the traffic of stuff and where things are going. You can go way back, like 5, 10, 15 years in some cases at least, and it'll show you the traffic and it'll show you that, what's moving in the right direction. So if I find something that somebody tells me about, but the trend line is going decline, I'm not gonna put time into it. That's like saying somebody bringing to me and say, hey, I got, instead of black 8-track tapes, we're gonna use red 8-track tapes. Oh wow, revolutionary, right? Well, 8 tracks are declining and they're gone, right? Nobody uses them anymore unless they're vintage. But with some of the stuff I look at, if it's slowly creeping up or even starting to exponentially go up, that's when I capitalize and I jump on board with something like that. So I kind of think I've identified a niche, a space, a service, that kind of thing, and most importantly, the thing that I found, there's no cost to it really. There's like something somebody could get to get bigger marketing thing that they have, but other than that, somebody can go in and build a residual income. So it's all the principles, all the things that I've looked at before in the past. But anyhow, I just was curious if you'd like to see me document this. If not, maybe nobody watches this YouTube video and I don't care. So I'm still going to do what I do. And anyhow, so hopefully you're having a good one. Reach out to me. That'd be awesome. I appreciate your feedback. And I'll see you on other videos. Thanks.